all those signs about?
Yeah,
That's
you
my
tell me.
first question.
I'm asking you.
This is my interview right now. What's your? Why are you moving your hands like that?
Why are you asking me questions for questions?
What does this mean?
I don't know. Guys do it. It's a Gen Z thing.
Guys do it?
Yeah.
What generation are you in?
I'm a millennial.
Millennial.
For sure.
Can you tell the people like who you are? Because they don't even know. By the way, it's Kilimanjaro back at it again. This is obviously Modo. Can you introduce?
Hello. I'm Modo, aka Just Michelle.
Just Michelle.
Just Michelle.
AKA what is it? Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's wild? When I called my TikTok Shenanigans, I
Dude.
didn't go there to dance. I went there for the shenanigans. I was here for the memes. I wasn't trying to do no videos. I wasn't trying to talk to anybody.
Yeah, she wasn't.
And then it just got catchy.
No,
One thing led to another. Shut up.
No, she knew she was destined to do this, you know. Like from the jump, bro.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
telling you, bro.
Just in the womb,
bro. Then when she came out, she was like, you know what I'm saying? Just with the shoulders, because obviously you're a baby and you can't really move like that, innit? But yeah, no, sorry, carry on. I ruined your introduction.
No,
sorry.
it's all good. Don't worry about it. Yeah. What was I answering? Yes. Introduction, yeah. So I just finished my master's here in the UK. So I'm in a transition period in my life, which is kind of weird.
There's a lot of those happening, isn't
it? A lot of those.
It's correct.
For shame. But yeah, I'm trying to find a job here. I want to settle in England for a few years.
Yeah.
And then eventually go back home, maybe start my own thing. Not sure what said thing would be, but I just know I want to do something like that.
So you want to definitely start something, you just don't know what it is.
Exactly.
What, business, I guess?
Exactly. A business for sure.
What did you do your master's in, by the way?
In marketing. So I'm not sure if I want to marry my marketing side and my dancer side yet. It's a scary thought to me, but it's something I would consider probably.
What, to intertwine the two?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get into that in a bit, but like, first, I guess, let's talk about how this even happened, innit?
Yes.
So, obviously, you guys probably know from her little dance challenge, innit? 30 days, it's actually 60 days, because obviously, you know, you need to take breaks, innit?
We need breaks, guys.
People are doing their masters, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey,
people can't just, like, you know, be about. They don't even go clubs, bro. You know, she's going to club today, that's it.
Oh, that's it, eh?
Yeah, no, it'll be good, Are we going shisha?
Def,
cool.
Have to.
Shisha boys again. No, them people at most that go shisha. I know you, bro. You've been doing it for time. That's your only vice. I get it.
Just calling them out, eh?
I don't know why I did that, actually. Listen, I'm sorry, yeah. Don't backbite to my mom about me, you get me? Like, don't do that, please.
Right.
But yeah. By the way, are people, like, telling you need to get married and shit?
Thank God, no.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, I'm far from ready. For as long as I'm in this transition period life, I'm far from ready.
Yeah, you know about the trans.
Yeah. I mean, and we talked about this a little bit earlier on. I'm dating an Arab Muslim guy. I'm a Christian Catholic girl. It's just very different worlds.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to get that Arab shit.
And that's the thing. Going. Yeah. Like someone asked me how we actually managed to make it work, because it's like different cultures, different religions, and what I would say to that is you have to be with someone who is open and honest and does not have an agenda of imposing something on you.
Yeah. So what do you mean by that?
So it means
imposing something.
Like, for example, when we had a conversation the first time, and I think why we really gelled is when we're sharing our views, we're not trying to convince the other person. We're just sharing, like, hey, this is my truth, this is my experience.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people will want to say, like, okay, yeah, that's your experience, but this is what happened to me, or but this is what happens in the world. Yeah. And it becomes a back and forth, and that's not necessary.
Yeah, I feel like people, they're just behind their screens, yeah?
Yeah.
And you know, like when a really nerdy guy's like looking at a girl, innit?
Yeah.
They're like waiting for the fucking argument, you know?
Yes.
They're waiting for it all the time, because you know what it is? Like, we're just shown on the algorithm all of our views, and we're just like affirming it over and over and over again.
Yes.
So when someone comes with a different algorithm, a different algorithm's perspective, then what's gonna happen?
Exactly.
You know, it's gonna go crazy. So
that was actually touched on. I don't remember if you remember the documentary that came out on social media sometime last year.
Yeah, Social Dilemma.
Thank you.
I actually put a post on it, and Zan words I put on the screen.
Yes.
CJ, please, man.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, CJ's not here. We need to address that. Basically, I kicked him out, innit? He's fucking up the shit. I don't like him. He's not my friend. We're not friends. We're not even, I'm joking. Obviously, he's just not here because, you know, he had family engagements. But obviously, he said, go ahead, I'll edit it. I'll make you look stupid. I was like, say no more. So, yeah.
Love to hear
you meet him soon.
Okay, fair.
He's like a producer, innit? So I guess, like, if you wanted beats for your dancers. I'm sure that, you know, you see these connections, bro. You just have to keep on making these connections.
It's the only way you make
Support
it
each other, bro. Come on, don't be dickheads, bro.
Facts.
Why you like going in your corner acting like you're rich to impress that guy when you could just be working together? Stupid, man.
Have you seen a lot of that as you've been in the industry?
Yeah. My industry. I'm not really in the industry, I'd say.
Like a little bit.
You're bigging me up still.
But it's facts though. Like,
I got like
even if it's
5 people watching this. Yo, it's good. Appreciate you, innit?
Hello, 5 people.
Yeah. No, come through. Listen, we'll shoot like a TikTok, innit?
Yeah.
We'll do like the 30-day dance challenge.
We actually should do a TikTok after this.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. So you dance.
We could. No.
You're gonna dance?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But I don't mind looking stupid. Like I obviously did it on my guy Levan's channel. You can check that out.
Oh. Okay.
Do you know Levan? Because I'll introduce you to him as well. Obviously,
right,
you know what I mean.
Right.
He's in London though.
Is he?
So you have to move quick. When are you leaving?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
What time?
I think around 11.
11. Alright, cool. So we need to do hella shit before then.
Yeah.
But
okay,
obviously next time around, like obviously you guys can build rapport, whatever.
I'll definitely
blah, blah,
back for sure.
But yeah, no, I guess we'll say how we met and then we'll go into some more questions. Basically, I went to meet my guy in the Ket, shout out in the Ket. Obviously, he wanted one so bad. He was like, bro, please give me a shout out. So I was like, okay, cool, we can do that, innit? So yeah, shout out in the Ket. I basically came up to Loughborough with Sahil. And then I don't know what we were doing, miscellaneous activities like on the what?
Yep.
On the lawn outside of your
literally outside our block.
Outside your block.
Yeah.
And then we were just walking in random fields, bro. I think some people were sipping wine. Were you one of those people?
I don't think so.
I reckon you had
I
quite
truly doubt
it.
No,
No, you're Catholic though. You don't do that shit, no?
I don't indulge.
Yeah,
no,
she's Catholic, by the way.
Yeah.
Repping the set right there. Look, you see how proud she is. Look at that shit. You couldn't see that shit. But yeah, no, I guess we can start from there. So like, what's your background? Like, how did you grow up? Like, what values were instilled from you from young so that they know?
So I grew up in Nairobi. I've lived there like my entire life. I'm lightly traveled, but I basically came to the UK to do my master's. I went to high school, did my undergrad, then I worked for 3 years. And while I worked, I was doing my ACC on the side.
Yeah.
And it's like chartered accountancy.
Yeah.
And I think that's around the time like I started to reincarnate this love for dance. Because I used to ignore it. Like obviously going to the clubs, I thought that was enough. Yeah. Because it's like I felt like I couldn't do anything with it. I felt like if I ever wanted to pursue dance, I had to have started earlier. I also felt that I was in a country that didn't allow creatives to thrive, especially not in dancing. You're not well paid. And there's very few names in the industry. So it's just difficult to kind of live off dance as a
when you were
profession.
Growing up?
No, literally, even now, it's still pretty difficult.
You think so?
Yeah.
I guess in America, there's a bigger scene, innit?
Yeah.
Because obviously, we did an episode with Tiny Tino last week, obviously.
Right.
We have some ideas around that as well, obviously.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Tiny Tino. Yes. You're going to get a message soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she found like, she did like a 14-year qualification in dance basically, innit? So she had to train for 14 years.
Yeah.
Now she's like qualified, and then she like went into hip hop after doing like, you know, Bangla.
That's really dope. And because my problem was I didn't have access to programs like that. Like back home, if it's not law, if it's not medicine, if it's not business,
where's back home again?
Like, what are you doing? I'm from Kenya.
Yes.
So
shout out to you Kenyans out there.
Hey,
Muhammad Hassan, shout out to you, bro. Yeah, he knows. He knows you. He's like my best friend back in the day.
Oh, shit. Okay, nice.
He moved
to
Nairobi. It's a bit peak. I miss him still.
I can imagine.
But
basically, where was I?
Why are you so lost?
Listen, we have so many tabs open in this conversation. I'm like, shit, what are we talking about?
That's the point. Yes, of course.
Okay, cool. Because it comes too naturally to me. I'm sorry, Mom. Where was I? Yeah. So came out of high school, went and did a degree in business because my parents said to. I did kind of know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do chemistry, but then they also felt like if you go the research side again, like the money is not really there, so there's no point. So I did a general business degree, and then I did
most
my
people
ACCA.
do, you know. I feel like if you don't know what you want to do and you're like
might as
stuck,
well.
just do business because you know everyone like it's built on infrastructure, isn't it? The society, innit? So
exactly.
You gotta have a business at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Whatever you're doing, that's why we do this shit, you know. But yeah,
and it cuts across all industries at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So finished that, and then while I was working is actually where the whole dance thing happened. So what happens is I was working at a digital marketing agency, and the hours were ridiculous. Like, yes, they say 9 to 5.
Heard about that.
Yeah, literally. So you go back home, you're still working, you wake up early in the morning, first call you get is a freaking client asking for something before your alarm has gone off. Like, it was really bruh, if I go off, I will never finish. Right now. No, it was wild. It was literally wild times. And you're basically expected to still be always on, even past work hours, and that was frustrating. So work was my entire life at the time, and the only time I took a break was in June and in December when I had my exams. So I had an intense 2 weeks of revising everything that I should have been studying over the 3 months, and I just go ham in the exam. But then I remember this one time. I remember this one time, I think this was 2017. My birthday was coming up, so I was having like a whole crisis. I think I was turning 25 or something. 23, I was turning 23. I'm 27.
27.
I'm 27.
Yeah. I feel like you have to get it out there, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, why not?
Big man out here in the street.
So, what happened? Yeah, my birthday was coming up, so that was like a little bit of a life crisis. And then I had a really big exam coming. It was one of the more difficult ones. The pass rate was like only 30%.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, sorry, not the pass rate, but 30% of the people who sit that exam pass it.
No, I get you.
So I was like stressed out and everything. And then I was starting to wonder, like, why the hell did I start ACCA in the first place? It's not what I'm passionate about. I really do detest accounting. I'm good at it, but I hate it so much. I detest it.
I don't know how people do accounting, you know. Hey. Listen, if you guys are hustling out there doing accounting, listen, shout out to you, bro. You must have really wanted that shit. Or just really good at maths, one of the two.
That's the thing.
I hope you can do that shit in your sleep, bro. Because then you can do other shit as well, you know. Like surf or something. Like something exciting, you know what I mean? Right. Just you gotta balance it.
That's exactly it. I needed the fucking balance.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was seated in my room.
You need to do some TikToks, bro.
Exactly. You guys. And
sometimes you just have to get out your frustration and TikTok, you know what I mean?
Yes. So I actually did start dancing one of those nights in the middle. It's like fucking 2 a.m. I should have been going to sleep because I had an early morning the next day to continue studying. And I was like, fuck it. I was binging on Aliya Janell choreographies because I love her. That woman is immaculate. Aliya Janell. She's a choreographer from LA. She's been dancing all her life and she's amazing. She's amazing. And she does these little short clips in the beginning where she makes you feel like you're fucking Beyonce. Like, you are amazing. You can do anything you want. Like, nobody in this room is looking at you right now. It's just you and you in that mirror, you know?
I think that's what it is. I think, like, when you're searching for something like your passion, innit?
Yes.
You have to feel like your favorite person.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally.
Do you know what I mean? So
exactly.
Like, you feel like you're on top of the world in this realm, innit?
Yes.
Like, if you're a computer nerd, if you're like hacking systems for the CIA or something like that, that's gonna be what makes you feel alive, innit?
Exactly.
Like that Soul movie. Have you seen that Soul movie when you're basically like in autopilot mode, innit? Because you're so good at that one skill, like footballers, innit? Like they can do that shit in their sleep, innit? That's what they dream about, you get me? So I guess that's what it is.
Yeah. And you see, even for you to get to that level, you just have to not compare yourself to what someone else is doing or who seems to look better, who seems to dance better. That's their business.
You're on your own
scale.
Focus
on you. Exactly.
It's just like when you're going to the gym, it's stupid to ego lift just because of the guys around you, innit? You gotta do your reps the way you do your reps.
Oh, is that
what your potential is all the time? People, when you first go to the gym, bro, shout out to my guys in it, Sal and Brandon. Bro, basically, like, I used to ego lift, innit?
Yeah.
Because I used to lift less than both of them.
Right.
So I would like put up the weight to like 35 when I should be doing 30, innit?
I got you.
And,
I got you.
Not doing the form properly, blah blah blah, and then you have to like reset your whole thing. You know what I mean?
It takes you steps back.
Because and you know what? It's the same thing with like life and habitual shit, innit?
Yeah.
Like if you do the same shit over and over again, and it's leading you down the wrong path, you gotta like kind of unlearn those steps.
Exactly.
You know, you gotta walk backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In fact, I don't know if you remember, but that first conversation we had, we kept talking about how life is literally just learning and then learning. And I remember when I asked you about your approach to this podcast, because a lot of people go on the podcast like, I have so much to share, I have so much to teach. But you came in here saying, I have so much to learn. bring other people here, teach me. So that's really cool. Good on you.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you don't do that, then you're just gonna be you're gonna be limited. Your potential is gonna be limited, innit? You can't just. You gotta like be a leader in your own right, but also you know, take the pieces around you that are like valuable enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Where were we? Yeah. So I started learning Aliya Janell's choreographies.
Yeah.
And it had its pros and its cons. The pros were she was such an inspirational person, and she gave you that little pep talk you need in order to like perform, right?
Like Sean T back in the day with Insanity.
Exactly. Did you see with Insanity?
Yeah.
I did. Yes. So there was that, and then I think the con was that I put so much pressure on myself to dance like these professionals when I'm literally starting tonight. I'm starting tonight, but expecting to be as good as someone who's been dancing all the
not gonna happen.
Doesn't make sense exactly. So
Possible.
I had to like give myself a realistic expectation of myself. Like, listen, stop comparing yourself. These people have done it for this much long, and you know what? You're still here. Like, take your time to grow slowly. Do it every day. Don't just do it in bursts and then be frustrated when it doesn't work out the way you wanted because you haven't been practicing, babe. You haven't been practicing. I'd have to keep saying this to myself. And something that helped me be realistic about my expectations of myself when I'd have like moments of insecurity and whatnot is sometimes you feel what actually is. So you have to distinguish between what you're perceiving and what actually is.
Oh, so 100%. Yes.
So I'd always do a lot of
exaggerate shit all the time.
Exactly. So I did
exaggerate the negatives most likely, innit?
Yes, exactly.
So you get into that rut.
Yeah.
And it just happens, you know? But obviously you have to bypass that by giving yourself realistic shit.
Exactly. So that's what I was trying to do. I would like assess situations like from a purely positive note, purely negative note, and then pick out what actually is in front of me and versus what I'm feeling. So it just helps on days when you do exaggerate and inflate the negative shit in your head. Because those days will happen and they're part of the cycle. I think especially like as creatives, it's very easy to critique yourself for things again and again, which I guess is true for people in any field really. But that was my journey with that in terms of starting. And even then, when I say starting, that was just starting for me. I didn't put a camera on or anything. And I remember I told my friend about it. She's like, bitch, I also want to do the dancing. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to learn a choreography during the week. Over the weekend, we're going to rent a studio and we're going to dance for like 2 hours. You're going to teach me the choreography. And that's how I got the practice of like learning how to break down something I've learned to another person.
Wait, that's crazy. What? So you had like that whole setup?
Yes, we really did.
So like, let me touch upon something that you said there,
yeah.
So you know that expectation versus reality shit, I feel like that fucked most people up.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because like that's the message that whoever wanted to spread about in it. That's what became popular at the time.
Exactly.
You know, expectations. You know, like all of these vivid colors, blah blah blah, so bright. And the reality so dull. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are they affirming the fact that we let negative shit overshadow positive shit? I don't understand why that happened, but people got sidetracked, innit? They were like, okay, cool, now I'm gonna feel like my expectations should be lowered, but what actually happened was they saw what reality was, and then they were inflating it.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think our reality is also warped by social media, of course, because your expectations are so high because you're only seeing people's highs. And you can't expect your own life to only be a series of highs. That's not realistic. So
I just think what you should do is like keep yourself accountable for the spaces that you put yourself in, innit? Because at the end of the day, like that's like we do that. That's where free will comes in, innit? We can stay in the same surroundings, but we can't blame the surroundings if we're just staying in there for a while. If you're in a toxic relationship and you're staying in there and then you're complaining every day to your fucking friends, it's not going to be worth it, is it? Because you're still in a toxic relationship, bro. Every day you're going to wake up, oh shit, toxic time. You know what I mean? You don't want to have toxic time, bro.
Facts. In fact, I saw a tweet yesterday that was.
Did you ever have an instance where it was toxic?
Toxic ex.
Toxic anything. Like a situation that you stayed in for too long and like explain it. Like give them.
I think I had some friendships in undergrad that went on for too long. Like there was just toxicity left, right, and center.
Yeah, like, I think you stay with those fellas because you know you need to have someone to go to the club tomorrow. You know what I mean? Definitely. That's how it is.
So yeah, you just find yourself sitting through some BS and it's like, nah, I need to get myself out of this. Yeah, but that's a choice you have to make. Because if someone wrongs you, that defines them. If you allow them to keep wronging you repeatedly, that defines you.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, what? No, I'm saying. You know about that J. Cole song, bro.
Of course.
And when did you realize that, okay, this is going on for too long? And what made you stay?
I think...
and how can they not do that?
So when you're in first year,
yeah,
like you have your first circle of friends, and there's these groups established, and you feel like, okay, this is it. This is how we're going forward. You already start like making such amazing memories together. You have wild times together, and you hold on to those highs, and they kind of make up for the lows. And I think especially because you're younger,
because that's what you think about nighttime, innit? You're like, oh, exactly. But like I made this memory, and we went to Portugal, blah blah blah.
Yes, and if I don't, what am I going to do on my own and whatnot? And I think you truly start to appreciate your time and the people who are around you in your space as you get older. But
you just gotta take the pieces, bro. Sometimes we just get sidetracked and we just don't take the lessons that we need to take at the time.
Yes.
And then we reflect back on them, we're like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? You know, just like the little shit. You know, like at home, you know, like your parents get onto you for everything, innit? When you go back home, it's like, oh, you like, why are you dropping this? Why are you dropping this? Why are you wasting this? Why is the tap on? Why is the light on? Blah blah blah.
Yes.
And now you're like, oh, okay. So why they're telling me these things is that I didn't understand the value of money before. Now I do, and these things are just, you know, extortionately being used. You know what I mean? So I just feel like sometimes you have to realize your place in it. I feel like a lot of people rely on manipulation from being at home, and then they take it to the outside. You know what I mean? And I feel like I've kind of realized that too, innit?
Really? What happened to you?
No, I just realized it like today. Like, bro, I used to leave the light on and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's one of the things I learned for sure. I think something I've truly learned and appreciated is consistency over the past freaking 2 months with a 30-day challenge, because my socials were just sitting, you know, and I was sitting on this talent and I wasn't doing too much with it. I didn't feel like I needed to. And then I pushed myself. I was like, listen, I didn't even say like I want to teach people 30 dance moves. I was like, I'm trying to learn 30 dance moves. If you guys want to learn with me,
and if you catch on, that's cool.
Exactly. And people were actually doing it. I was like, wait, what? People are actually interested. Like, it was
I feel like yo, honestly, you know, when you start something, I feel like you gotta psych yourself up a little bit. You gotta be like, okay, you know, this could be crazy.
Yes.
You know, you have to have that foresight. That's like, you know what, I could have like 1 million, you know, views, 1 million subscribers, whatever. And you have to have that viewpoint, but you also have to have that realistic point. That's kind of the message that we're trying to portray right now. Like, you have to see the finish line, but you also have to be like, okay, but it could just be some fun. You know what I mean? That's what this is. We're just having some fun. You know what I mean? But
no, I like that.
So yeah, consistency, doing the dancing.
Exactly.
And this is something that you love, right?
I freaking love it so much. I'm my happiest.
And she had a clique around her, by the way, like, sit on that point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She had a clique to like push her around her.
Yeah.
Because they had like the same kind of vision.
Wait, are you talking about my
your friend? No, the friend who pushed you into dancing.
Yes, exactly. When she was on some, you're gonna teach me this shit.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's so important. That's why you have to be around either like-minded people around the same kind of like industry that you want to be in, or just people who have the same kind of mindset. Those are the three kind of types of friends I feel like I have, and I feel like everyone should have. You know
I get that. I completely get that. And I think it was a safe space, like, to practice something like that, because she could be vulnerable enough to say, nah, this move doesn't look good on me or whatnot, and I'm just telling her like, okay, just do it like this. You see, it does look good on you. It doesn't need to look like what she's doing. I mean, it should generally, but you're allowed to have your own style, your own spice.
You know what I mean? Dancing, innit? It's the same way. You can interpret art in like so many different ways. Like actual painting is that the rich motherfuckers buy. You know what I mean? So
there we go. And yeah, that's basically where we were at.
Yeah.
And I did this with her for like about a year until I had to come to the UK.
Yeah.
And that's in 2019. And it was like, okay, we'll try virtual sessions. And that wasn't very practical at the time, especially because this was pre-COVID. Like, social life was buzzing. I was like, join all the societies, do everything. I was part of the belly dance society, so that was really fun.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yo, she has belly dancing on her TikTok, innit? Go on the TikTok right now. Go on TikTok right now, bro. You're gonna have to do that shit. You know, you go to our lounge, see belly dancers. No, you don't want to see them. Karen.
I'm dead. But yeah. So I had a really good time in 2019, but I did not pay attention to my dance except for the belly dance, which allowed me, to be fair, to develop some skills in that area, and it pours into other genres.
Yeah.
But when now the pandemic hit in March 2020, I remember I went back home, and it was so quick. Like, I remember we're talking about it for like a week, like, oh, this thing's looking serious. This might actually be a pandemic.
Yeah.
And then
pandemic. You know when you say that shit twice?
Yeah, man. And then I remember I was talking to my parents on a Friday. They were like,
Yo,
okay,
did you get laid?
What?
I got laid. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say it twice.
You gotta say it twice. But I remember my parents, they were like, on a Friday, they're like, okay, so we got your flight ticket for Monday. And it had to be Monday because they're closing the Kenyan borders on Wednesday.
Oh,
so it was like, pew, straight to Kenya.
Yeah.
And I remember I was trying to do like the online classes and all that bullshit. And I would like I'd spend a lot of time in my room because I was already used to that isolation, like back here. And I just found myself like shooting videos. The first video I did was I'm a savage.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So that was the first one I did, and it was on
fashion
shit.
What was that?
I'm a savage.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
So
because you gotta do it twice.
You gotta do it twice.
Yeah.
And that actually kicked off really well. I was like, oh, okay. And not on TikTok, but on Instagram. And that's where my fire started, because it was people like I knew, people I cared about here, and they're actually being supportive of this.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
That's what you know is low key. You know, like some
Yeah.
people kind of, message back. They're like, yo, listen, what's good?
And it's been so encouraging. Honestly, shout out to all the people who just go out of their way to tell me like, hey, love what you're doing. Yo. It's the best. It's literally the best thing. Because sometimes it comes at a point where you have so much self-doubt, so much self-criticism, and it's just like, it's mad appreciated.
It's natural. Like, I think the general tone of society is that no one cares about you; they care about themselves.
Exactly,
you know
exactly.
So when you hear shit from people, it means so much more now. I think
it does.
Okay.
And then there's a bit of a lull, like in terms of growth, but I wasn't really looking for the growth. But I remember I had a fucking spreadsheet planning out all the choreographies I wanted to do, the ones I wanted to create for myself, and the ones I wanted to learn from professionals like Aliya Janell, and distinguished from the TikTok ones, which are just like cute 12-second choreos.
Yeah.
So I had a whole spreadsheet. I'd put out a video every other day. I'd be shooting a lot in my room. At the time, I was doing my professional paper for marketing, the Chartered Institute of Marketing.
Yeah.
So I had exams twice that year. So that was easy to balance because it was like self-study and whatnot. Then came back to the UK, and I didn't think I'd continue with TikTok because I was like, bro, I'm trying to get my master's. I'm trying to like actually be focused and whatnot. And then I just found myself like, if I go too hard into work, I won't be happy. I won't be productive. I'll get a lot of anxiety episodes.
Work-life balance, no?
Exactly. And I was like, you know what? Even if I'm not managing to film, if I can just fucking learn a dance like at 3 a.m. in the morning and have a good ass day, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Exactly.
Sometimes I fuck up my sleep. Okay, a lot of times I fuck up my sleep.
Yeah.
But I've just made peace.
I think that's a generational problem, bro. Like,
literally.
I sleep at 4 a.m. sometimes. I sleep at fucking 8 p.m. Why?
For sure.
Why does that happen? I don't know. You know,
wow,
we just think we have such busy schedules all the time. We don't, man. We're just dilly-dallying about. Low key.
Yeah. And it's worse because if you're a night owl, man, like what happens? Because sometimes you want to go to bed and then you're like, yo, that's an amazing idea. You should do this. You should do that. You should shoot this. There's a better way to fix this project. There's a better way to do that. And your mind is just whizzing. There's times I've literally...
Do you feel like you're too hard on yourself, though?
It's very possible, yeah.
Because, like, me personally, I don't have that mindset.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, right now, I've been messing about for so long, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was just buzzed for like 3 years in it, you know what I mean? Like, especially in uni, I was just like, trying to live that lifestyle in it. Because, we were sheltered in it, like, a little bit when we were young.
Yeah.
And then we're exposed to so much shit at a time, It's a little bit crazy to take in, and then afterwards you're like, where do I go from here,
Yeah, that's true. And I guess, I always just have a lot of things on my mind in terms of what I want to do, what content I want to create, what I want to do professionally, what I need to study. Like, there's just a lot going on in my head.
And I think we're constantly thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I'm like, okay, we're told we need 4 streams of income, innit? Otherwise we won't survive. Have you heard that? When you're in uni and stuff? Like, I definitely heard that, like, all the time. Yeah, you're like, in 2021, you're not going to survive off, like, 1 stream of income or, like, 1 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And I've heard that, and I'm like, okay, cool. So that means I need to prioritize other things, not just, like, one career, but also, like, the business that I'm going to start, I have to like alley-oop it off like some projects, because obviously the projects that you make are gonna make you known, and if you don't do anything, then you don't have an audience, and then you don't have people to buy your products, or people to buy music, or people to buy your art creatively. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Granted, it does sound like it's the kind of thing that depends on the industry you're in and what you
Yeah,
want out of this
100%.
life.
Obviously, you can make 200K like just doing computer shit, innit? You know what I mean? So it depends on the person, I guess, and what kind of
for sure.
life you want to live. But I think we all have huge aspirations, and we all see really talented and rich young people on Instagram, and then we compare ourselves, and then we're like, okay, I am just gonna settle because it's clearly too much work. But like obviously those people had to put in the work too, bro. You know, and we don't realize that. Yeah, exactly. We just see the highlight reel, innit? This is said on like every fucking podcast. Listen, I'll send you fucking 10 podcasts right now. But yeah.
No, but it's very, very true. It's very true.
I forgot what I said.
I did, the honesty.
What did I say? So I think it's good that you have a spreadsheet though. I think when you're a creative, you have to have like this thing called cross-pollination, which obviously you probably know in marketing, right? But obviously, you know, when you're a big brand, you sort of go into like different subcategories, and it's like Gymshark, for example, they don't just do joggers, innit? You know what I mean? They do other shit. You get me? So you have to have like different things for different people so that you can build up your audience in it, because you're only gonna catch a segment of people.
Yeah, but the first 30-day challenge video that actually hit was one I did on a South African dance move. The pouncing cat, and that one got so much clout. I couldn't believe it, because I was like, I remember I did that video like after a night out. I was hungover, and I was like,
those are always the best ones though.
No, literally, when I look at my highest, my second and third highest are hungover videos. I was like, wow. Still delivering. But so South Africans came in mad and support. I was like, wow, okay. And it's because people just love seeing other cultures indulge in theirs, you know?
Exactly.
Like it's like a collective vanity, if you will. But then even for Jamaicans,
I like that, you know, it is a collective vanity. Like it's something that people can be proud of, you know. They're like, my culture is so sick that other people are trying to do this shit. And why don't people just approach things like that rather than like hating, taken from different cultures? Everything in England is taken from different cultures, but relax yourselves, bro. You know what I mean?
I get that.
Profiting of other people's cultures, that's what people do, bro.
But okay, so here's my
There's
thing
a
with
point
culture
I get,
appropriation.
but
My only thing is when, like you said, it's the cash and they don't support the people who source the culture in the first place, you know.
But why do they have to?
It's just like, if you truly respect what you're doing, like you're not just going in with a capital mind view. Then just give an ode to where it came from.
I like that. I feel like people should like get in the business, make their peace, and then spread it, obviously. You know what I mean? But like obviously you have to get to that point and bypass another barrier, you know, to doing something that's out of the comfort zone. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck am I on YouTube, you know? Because I'm trying to be out of my comfort zone, innit? And I feel like people just need to do that. They need to be uncomfortable. You know, when you were working at an agency and you were doing that shit over and over and over again, you were connected to that shit. In the same way, I did door-to-door as a kid, innit? Not as a kid, but like 17, like in a suit, acting like I'm a big man with a fucking iPad, trying to switch people's gas and electric, And obviously, I did pretty good at it, but like I was doing it every single day from 12 p.m. after doing 2-hour training in the morning, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. walking around, only taking like an hour break in between, and just literally going to different houses and getting told to fuck off and shit like that. You know, but I feel like that shit hardens you, bro. You know what I mean?
It does.
And when you're sheltered, I feel like you can't really add that much to a conversation.
That's facts.
With people who have gone through shit. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And I feel like that's what happens.
When you were doing that job, do you feel like it made you a people person, or were you already a people person?
I was shy. I was shy before that job, I think. I was very reserved. Like I do like really deliberate about things that I say sometimes, you know, especially like like I journal in it and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I've always done that. I've always expressed shit to myself, so I know like kind of like who I am and my self-awareness in it.
Yes.
And I guess it took a while for me to download that game in it, to realize that okay, this is the person I am. Now I can give parts of me to other people in it.
Right.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you give parts of yourself to other people, but like parts should stay with you as well. You know what I mean? Like a big part of yourself should always be with yourself.
Yeah.
And then you like slowly give people like different sides of you in it. Like no one's ever gonna see like the full picture of you. Yeah. And to be honest with you, people don't think about you the way you think they do in it. You know what I mean?
No, that's facts. That's
like,
facts.
For me, that's a way that I bypass like all of this negative energy in it, and like that's why I want to stay consistent.
Yes.
And I feel like you might have the same kind of thing in your mind.
I have the same approach, and for me, I'm like, whether someone thinks I'm actually a pretty shit dancer, or they think she's overrated or whatever it is, that's a them problem. That has nothing to do with me. Like,
exactly.
You shouldn't change it or anything. You
should have a fortress, isn't it? That's your fortress. Like, why are you going to let people penetrate your fortress?
Exactly. And even then, if you must care about people's opinions, let it be of people you actually genuinely rate.
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? It can't just be anyone's opinions mattering. It can't. It has to be people you love and care about, and you believe that they love and care about you as well.
Yeah,
so
then it matters, isn't it?
Coming from somewhere.
Especially if it's constructive.
Yeah.
You know, and if it's not that whole, I want to have an argument kind of shit.
True.
You know what I mean?
Actually, yeah. And then there's still a caveat, because even the people you love and care about will be on some shit sometimes.
No,
so just protect yourself. Man. Yeah.
It's always a caveat. People are just like, at the end of the day, our nature is selfish because we think of shit in the moment, and we don't think of shit like on a year time span, innit? If we did that, then it would be crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know how much like foresight people would have, low key. You know what I mean? You don't realize the continuous actions and their impact until you've gone through it.
That's facts.
You know?
That's facts, yeah.
I mean, I think some people can. I think you can keep track of your actions. But like, I'm a long way from that shit,
It takes a lot
bro.
of self-awareness. It really does. It really, really does. And a lot of reflection, everything.
But yeah, I want some hate though. No, there's no hate on my fucking channel, bro. It's all likes. Fucking, why are you not talking? I know there's people who are watching my videos that want to hate.
I block out the hate.
Huh?
I block out the hate.
Do you actually get hate?
I do.
Oh yeah, she's big, you know. Sorry.
Stop! It's not even. You know it's not even.
You know what I mean?
No.
Giving you some wisdom.
Yeah.
You guys better subscribe for that, you know. Yeah.
No, but what I do is whenever like I post something, like if I see a lot of notifications, I'll just sift through just to look for any negativity and delete it immediately. Because immediately. Because I don't want bullshit on my channel. I want purely positivity, and I know it's not realistic because some people will not like it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anyone who disagrees with something I've done is going to be blocked, you know. So for example, if someone's like, nah, I don't think that's how you do it or whatnot, it's like, that's you, but I did it the way I did it. But I mean, like, if someone's talking shit because I'm in a crop top and it's like, you know, like whatever it is, whatever the issue is.
Shut up, uncle, bro.
Thank you, exactly. The
Why is
motherfucking
uncle talking, bro?
I'm like blocked. Yeah,
bro. And you know what? The same kind of breed of uncles are still sliding to your DMs from me. You know what I mean? The same kind of uncles, bro.
Yeah,
probably the same guy.
I
know his name.
Yeah. Confuse him.
I know his name. Andreas, I know who you are, bro. There's no one called Andreas though.
Wow, I thought that was your boy.
Nah, not.
Oh, jeez. No.
Give some advice about how people could go into your spot and be like, okay, I could maybe have like a dancing only marketing agency, maybe, where you could only like like you could have a marketing agency low key because you have experience in it, but you don't have to be like the people, or you could like mix dancing and just do marketing for the dance, obviously, which I think you could do easily.
Maybe
that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm using my marketing to do this, and
and
low-key I'm just practicing in it so that when I have clients to do Google ads for, I got you in it.
Exactly. Actually, funny, earlier on when you mentioned that job made you a people person, I think that was the same experience for me at work, because when I went in
100%,
I went in for content creation. Like at the time I was exploring like personal poetry and whatnot, and I told a friend about
Shout out to all the poets out there.
Hey. And I told a friend about it. Yes. And they were like, yo, Zanbird.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I know this place. They're looking for content creators. Literally putting the ads, like it was we had clients like Samsung, KFC, like
that's sick.
Yeah. And as I think 6 months into my job there, I got promoted into a position where I had to like start pitching to clients, being the point of contact. And I was so shy and reserved. I was so quiet. I was just like, why on earth would my boss choose to do this to me? You know? And then just as I went, like, it just came naturally to me. I'm able to now speak to people who I don't even know, but still connect with them to a certain level. Because at the end of the day, like,
there's always a connection point.
There's always a connection point, exactly.
Yeah.
You just have to find it. You just have to find it. And it helps. It helps. I mean, look, we're doing a fucking podcast from one conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty dope. Exactly.
I don't know what the second thing was. But yeah, so that made you confident in the job. Exactly.
So that helped. I think it also helped allow myself to put myself out there, like even in videos like this. My parents don't even know I do these videos.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm going to do when they find out. I'm just like, I don't want to think about that. So I'm like, that's a later problem. Later, Michelle will deal with that.
Because low-key, bro, it's a barrier, bro. Your parents...
It is.
Especially if you're from, like, a ethnic background or even some white people, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're always, like, under that pressure of, like, okay, if your parents disapprove of it, is it going to make an impact on you?
Exactly.
Oh, then you're going to have to bypass them. That's another barrier of people you have to go through.
And
it's hard to block out people's opinions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we're accustomed to taking in people's opinions and having them as their own. As our own.
Yeah. Especially because we're exposed to so many opinions now.
Yeah, exactly.
Online and whatnot.
It's a clustered fuck.
Yes. Boom.
Ciao, Varun.
Boom.
Yeah, we're going out with Varun tonight, you know?
Yes, we are.
I'm so excited.
And Anna and Holly.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good night.
Ali.
It's gonna be a good night.
Sorry, that's my guy, and he's coming through.
Hey, Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of the barriers for me. It's always like, okay, I'm not gonna do this because if my parents find out I'm doing it, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you just like fuck that.
Exactly. But then
put that problem over there for like. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
But this time I managed to tell myself that TikTok is a very different world from where my parents are 100%. When it comes to the internet.
How many followers do you have on TikTok, by the way?
Last I checked, it was I think 52K thereabout. Yeah,
no, she's been blowing up, bro.
It's
like
crazy.
You gotta see that challenge, I'm telling you.
It's crazy. No, but seriously, that's at shenanigans_central.
Yeah.
On TikTok and on Instagram, modo_says_hey.
Yeah. And she gave you a lot of like diamonds and gems about like how to like bypass shit, how to like stop second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But like, what can they expect from you like later on?
A lot more projects and collaborations. I really want to connect with other dancers in this world. Yeah. And what I love about somewhere like London, somewhere like the UK, you find so many cultures in a very small space.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm excited to try out other genres and whatnot, other challenges, the dance moves. So
she's ready for the dance moves, bro. So, listen, guys. This has been an episode with Modo. Obviously, go follow her, go shout her out, see what going in it. Spread some hate in the comments, obviously.
Oh wow.
And take care, guys. That's it.
Bye.
I don't know if it's recording. I don't know. We went on so many tangents.